Hey, hey, this is Suburban Prepper. How you everybody doing? It's 5:22. I've been up since 4. Got up, did some little bit of exercise on my bike. Down here doing some prepping stuff. Wanted to do a live video since I'm still relatively new to it. And one thing I love doing is going through the various prepper channels on the various social medias and some of the questions that people ask, and give my opinion about it. What did you work on over the weekend? I slept in. I did some prepper videos on putting on dressings, went over some of my preps, cleared my mind. A lot of the stuff that are on these websites are just repeatable. Okay. What items are on your preparing wish list? Well, that one's for me is easy. I want to get a drone, a thermal drone, an Autel 640 light thermal drone. I don't have a license to fly it. You need a license to fly a thermal and an authorization from the government. I have a small drone, a 249 gram drone, but I can't fly it at night. Then I want to get a nice e-bike I can ride around, pedal, and when I don't want to pedal, I can. And that's like right now I have my old bike. I have a front wheel that makes it an e-bike, but with my back, I can't even get on the thing. It hurts. Yeah. Everybody seems like a lot of people like to do canning, and canning's great and all, but I don't have the patience for it. I just don't. I like to freeze dry. I know probably canning's less expensive, but when you freeze dry, you don't have all that moisture, and I'm afraid I'll drop the cans and break everything. So I'd rather not do that. So, everyone's different. Oh yeah, don't ever carry a rifle or a pistol when you're doing a live feed, because they'll kick you off. In case anybody's paying attention, I seriously doubt it this time of morning. I couldn't sleep last night. I just slept till 4 o'clock, and then it was time to get up and get my day started. Drinking a little bit of coffee, sugar-free. I really don't like the taste of coffee. Gives me a little kick. So I have this new app that I'm using. Well, it's not new. It's new to me that I'm doing. Right now I'm doing videos on my YouTube, my Facebook, and my Rumble channels. And I don't think there's anybody right now that's awake or watching it. I'm going to go and head on over to my website, take a look and go over some stuff. There's a way I could share it with you, but I'm not there yet. My website, suburbanprepper.com. One thing I don't really get into is politics. I just don't feel like talking about present day events. It just gets a little boring. So everything that I like to talk about regarding prepping is on my website. And I do have a bunch of affiliate links because isn't that what content creators are supposed to do, I guess? I have an affiliate link with TrueShot. They're one of these companies that will mail ammo to you, and you just decide what caliber you want. That's pretty cool. So just going over my website. You've probably done this before. And I like to check, make sure everything makes sense. So defending the suburbs during shit hits the fan, SHTF. A suburban perimeter defense is a security system designed to protect the boundaries of a suburban property. Many suburban areas are divided into housing subdivisions with existing roadways, natural or man-made barriers that help to designate your area of defense. The first step in establishing a perimeter defense is to establish what your boundaries are. Boundaries can be physical barriers such as walls, fences, or hedges. This is where having an overlay map is important to establish your perimeter. With Google Maps or some other online map, use a terrain option at 100 meters and start to zoom out to 200 meters per inch to get an overview of your area of operations. This map will help you to define the boundaries of your property, not just your property. Start printing out pages of operation at 200 meters per inch as your starting point for mapping. Include areas outside your defensive area. For more detailed mapping, zoom into 100 meters or even 50 meters to see where you would want to establish defensive points for concern of security. In addition to using the internet, a drone with recording capabilities would be an asset in helping to define your area of defensive operations with the latest images of the area. A nighttime thermal drone can help map the same area at night, help establish what your defensive perimeter would look at night. That's where I would want to get my thermal drone. A hands-on inspection of your area of defense by walking the perimeter and taking pictures, to me, is the final way to establish your perimeter. Once you have your boundaries established, mark them on your maps. So that's mapping your perimeter of defense. So basically, you're looking at the map. You go out and you look at, in person, what you're looking at on the map and see what makes sense. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about establishing a basic security plan on the map. Okay. Create defensive security position with overlapping fields of fire on the maps. The first step in establishing a perimeter security plan is to create defensive security positions with overlapping fields of fire. That means like bang, 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 bang. This means strategically placing security personnel or devices such as cameras, motion sensors, in a way that covers the entire perimeter and creates multiple lines of defense. This approach ensures that there are no blind spots in the perimeter, and any potential intruder will be detected and deterred at different points. It also maximizes the effectiveness of security measures by increasing the chances of early detection and response. Utilize established physical barriers. Physical barriers are an essential component of any perimeter security plan. Fences, gates, walls, barricades can serve as effective deterrents against unauthorized entry. They should be strong and difficult to breach. They should also have appropriate height and width to prevent jumping or climbing over easily. The type of physical barrier will depend on the location and level of security. A high security facility may require concrete walls, while a residential property may only need a tall fence with barbed wire or chicken wire with sharpened spikes. Find optimal locations for trail cameras, both around the perimeter, inside the perimeter, and outside the perimeter. Other considerations are for tripwire alerts and the use of drones to assist with perimeter security operations. Make sure you find points on the map to establish entry and exit points. These checkpoints should be on established roadways to control entry and exit into your subdivision. Also, establishing roving patrols both inside and outside your defensive perimeter. Find an optimal location to station a Ready Reaction Force, or RRF. The RRF responds to potential threats or rescue operations or emergencies both inside and outside the subdivision. Then you want to establish the location of the defensive command post to coordinate defensive operations. I can't believe I typed all that. So, I'm getting a feel for my live feed. You can play some music in the background. And we'll see. I don't know. I don't want anything that's chill. I like this minimalist. Let's go to cinematic. It's pretty dramatic stuff. Next. Let's see here. Now let's read our next section of this. You want to implement your perimeter of defense. 1. Do not over-militarize your defensive plans. The goal is to protect your subdivision from harm during shit hitting the fan. You will not have the means to create and train military members or military culture. Establish how many fixed stationary position points to ensure a complete 360-degree security and to compensate for areas where a point could not be established. At least 2 people should be posted to these positions at all times. Each position should have an interacting fields of fire, a radio to talk to other people, and a map so each position knows what area they are defending. These positions should be enhanced and upgraded as needed to provide cover, which protects from bullets, and concealment, making it hard to see by the eye. During night operations, digital night vision scopes and goggles can be used. Digital night vision devices are inexpensive and they can help see at night. If concealment is not a concern, a powerful flashlight can be used. The defense should have an established challenge and password for roving patrols at night or when other approach defensive positions. Each position should have at least 1 long rifle with a scope. If danger approaches, the position should notify the command center to dispatch the ready force. Once engaged with danger, there's no reason for silence. Yell and scream and let others know that danger is coming. Each defensive position should have a heavy caliber, such as a 308, 300 Win mag, or 338 Lapua. Or is it Lapua? Lapua. Many suburban defensive operations of perimeter defense. So basically, how do you implement your perimeter of defense? It's not rocket science. Or maybe to some people it is. I don't know. Let's change the music up a little bit. Go to some indie rock. This sounds too much like one of those depressing 80s movies where the guy doesn't get the girl and he just goes around feeling sorry for himself. We'll find the right kick. Try Future Pop. I like something more upbeat. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to play whatever this is. It's called Minimal House. I can play some background music on my feeds. I don't think anybody's watching. I didn't announce this. I just do them. I got to have some strategery with this. So the next thing we're going to discuss are roving patrols. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get my visual aids. I'll be right back. So what we have here are the visual aids to help reinforce what we are going to talk about today. Don't need a lot of them. So you can see these two citizens right here. They're just wearing green. And we're going to go over our next bit that we're going to talk about are roving patrols. Roving patrols include 2 or 3 person teams. We'll put a third person here. Okay. Walk around the perimeter of the subdivision. Walking around. And it can be an added extra layer of protection. This roving patrol can be on bikes, e-bikes, foot, or regular bikes, or both. Each roving patrol should have an established area of operations, but not an established pattern of movement. In other words, don't do the same thing every time. The roving patrol should be unpredictable. Okay? Areas of patrol should also include locations that are not easily defended, such as behind large enemy walls, over small areas of elevation, and decline and wood areas where danger can lurk. Each person on patrol should have a long rifle and carry small backpacks for supplies such as food and water. Other items to carry are extra batteries and a means to free someone if danger lurks. Members should also know the challenge and password of the day. Resting, as they're resting, patrol should be out of sight from others and practice noise and light discipline. Members of the roving patrol should carry an extra pair of socks and moleskin. At any point during a down period, only one person should have their boots off and tend to their feet, and only have one boot off at a time. Roving patrol can establish cache sites, secretly place items not presently needed, but to have quick access. Members of the roving patrol should be able to run at least half a mile to respond to danger. So physical fitness is definitely an important component. If possible, the roving patrol should have digital night vision devices, flashlights, and consider having entry-level thermal devices to detect when danger lurks. The price on thermal imaging devices have gone down tremendously. You can get 320 by 120, I think, for under $1,000 now in some spots. So that's from time to time I will have my accessories here, my little green men to help me out. Put the screen back up. Anybody watching? I have a chat thing where I can respond. Nobody's here though. So it's 5:44. 6 o'clock, I have to get ready for work. The next thing that we're going to talk about is our ready reaction force. Now note that that's not a QRF, it's an RRF. Okay. The ready reaction force responds to emergency or operational needs when so called upon. The force should consist of at least 10 people and up to many as 30 people who at the go and ready to respond to a need. So you need at least 10 people. Okay. Each force should be divided up into teams of 5 individual people. One person should be the medical expert. That would be me. The medical expert should be able to provide care to those in need and coordinate a triage if multiple wounds are encountered. The medical expert should have a packed medical bag at the ready and a litter or some other means to transport an injured person from harm to safety. A mechanical expert should be on the team to help fix or stabilize an automobile or other some mode of transportation that's currently down. Okay. The mechanical expert should also carry gear that is urgently needed to help fix that gear. The team should also have like a blown tire, for example. I mean, you can only anticipate so many things that you're going to need to fix. And then you can store what you need and then grab what you need before you go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you need a tactical expert to engage in operations when something hostile is going to happen or respond to a threat and notified by the roving patrols. Each team member should be carrying weapons that can fire the same type of ammunition. The other person on the team should be the radio person and supplies for the radio. And not only the radio person, but carry supplies for the radio so it works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, about 11. Okay? So that's important. The last person should be the operational coordinator of the team who assists the tactical expert in training, coordinates activities with other members of the defense force, and be involved with the intelligence gathering aspects of the team. The operational coordinator will also be the person to fly the drone that the team will have. So the security team or the ready reaction force will have a drone. The tactical expert will be the person in charge of the team. The operational coordinator is second in charge, followed by the mechanical operator, and then the medical, and then lastly, the radio person. That's your chain of events, basically. As you can see, we have our 10 team members here, a little bit extra, and we divide them up into 5, 4. So that would be one ready reaction force. Now this ready reaction force will have 6 members. Okay, and they're ready to help out people. When not engaged in ready force operations, the team should conduct internal training to learn more skills and not limited defense and offensive operations. Security patrols far outside the area of the subdivision. Working as liaisons or diplomats with other subdivisions to form understandings and mutual security concerns, or even to lend a helping hand with gardening tasks or other required tasks for the subdivision. Initially, during shit hit the fan, the ready reaction force will conduct search and rescue, rescue and recovery operations inside the subdivision and assist those who have deceased to a proper burial. So if shit hit the fan, you don't want to leave dead people in your subdivision within a proper burial. The ready reaction force is not the same as a quick reaction force of the military. These are ordinary people who have been trained and are continuing to learn the technical, mechanical, medical, administrative, and diplomatic skills that are needed. That should include radio skills. They also help with the day-to-day operations of the subdivision to ensure that everybody thrives. You see my ready reaction forces go back up here. When called upon to engage in an activity, there will always be a RRF at the ready. That's why there's 2 teams of 5 at least. That's why there's at least 2 RRF teams that are needed. Each ready reaction force should have a heavy caliber weapon, such as 308 or 300 Win Mag. It can be on foot, vehicle, e-bikes, or a mix of each. That's how I interpret the ready reaction force. And again, I was talking to myself. Let's change out the music a little bit. Let's see what it sounds like with some love. Well, that sounds pretty good. So the next point are checkpoints and entry points. Checkpoints are fixed security positions along the main roads that enter and exit the subdivisions. I can get long-winded. These points should have at least 3 people operating them. They're in SHTF. It's important to have these checkpoints along for the safety of the subdivision. Persons entering the subdivision without legitimate purpose turned away. Now this is SHTF. Blocks in the road which will force drivers to turn and slow down to be established. These checkpoints where drifters should be turned away. Next to the checkpoint should be a visiting point where people can go and wait for members of the subdivision to approach and account for these people. The checkpoint should be staffed with at least 2 other people. Visitors who want to enter the subdivision who are not recognized as having an alliance will not be allowed to carry a firearm into the perimeter of the subdivision. Runners should notify members of the subdivision that they have visitors and should meet them at the visitor point. Also, we talk about bartering. The visitor center will be the location where bartering of items will occur between the subdivision and members of outside of the public. So it's secured, it's bartering. It's on our turf. It's secured. Needless to say, that operators at the visitor center and checkpoints will have long rifles for security. Members who are bartering at the visitor center should be armed as well. There should be established protocol of what specific caliber and grain of bullet will be common defense for the subdivision. Each checkpoint should have a heavy caliber, okay, to disable an engine block, as a 338 or 50 BMG. And then I go into, I have some PDFs here about urban operations, guerrilla warfare handbook, the Army Ranger handbook. I like to go over mutual assistance groups, and we'll do that another time. So I'll see how this video turns out, and I guess I need to create an ending. But this is Suburban Prepper. I'm going to end the stream. I've learned a little bit today. I've been on for 30 minutes. One person's watched it. I guess that counts for something, right? All right. Everybody have a good day.